What's up, Space Pirates? This is your Admiral, the ever-charming Dr. Disaster. And, as you guys know, with the recent turbulence at Ubisoft, where a new business entity was formed and their most valuable IP, including Assassin's Creed, were given to this new business, a lot of Ubisoft employees have been rightfully worried that the restructure is going to cost them their jobs.
What kind of shit is that?
But, according to one Ubisoft employee, this could get very ugly for Ubisoft because this move made by the company has rendered a large portion of the employee compensation package potentially worthless. You see, a lot of these guys are paid, at least in part, by being given stock in the company. If the company then takes a series of actions that damages the value of Ubisoft stock, well, considering that Ubisoft stock has already dropped about 80% in the past 5 years, due at least in part to managerial incompetence, you can see why the employees are pissed and supposedly preparing to take significant action.
You got any idea what we're gonna do to you?
Let me guess. You're gonna pound my face.
We're gonna sue you.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Alright, me hearties, make sure you hit the like button on this video, subscribe to the channel, and also, don't forget to support the channel by becoming a member. There are multiple exclusive projects you won't want to miss out on that will be available to members only, including audiobook of a novel that will be coming very shortly. There will be more information soon, but the thing is, we can't just simply complain about what we don't like. We have to offer an alternative and stand for something. So, if you're interested in supporting a venture like that, consider becoming a channel member. Anyhow, let's talk about what could be happening soon at Ubisoft. This news that we're looking at here today is particularly egregious if you ask me. It's no secret that I'm not exactly the biggest fan of this company, and by extension, the employees that work for Ubisoft. But I do feel for some of them here, because this is bullshit. But I'll let this message, supposedly from a Ubisoft developer, speak for itself. This Facebook comment thread has been making the rounds on social media. It says, Ubisoft F's their employees big time. Since 2015, most of them took their bonuses and invested in their own money in Ubisoft shares. Now, with the creation of the new entity, moving the most profitable IPs under it and opening the path for the old entity into bankruptcy, their money is worth nothing. Most of them were bought at $30 per share. Sorry for the anonymous post, I'm under NDA. And so, if most of these shares in the company were purchased at $30 per, just for reference, as I showed before, here is what the stock value of the company looks like now, around $13 per share. That is about a 57% drop in value. To put this into perspective, if someone was awarded $10,000 worth of compensation in these shares for bonuses at that $30 value, today it would be worth something in the ballpark of $4,300. That's bad enough. But now, management has just taken new steps which are good for them. It's good for the Guillemot family, for the managers of the company, and it's potentially extremely bad for people invested in the Ubisoft parent company. It could take that $4,300 and turn it into virtually nothing. You can see why the employees are pissed. But anyhow, the message from this person went on. As you can see, someone in this chat responded by saying this was a return to form for Ubisoft, which, Yes, this is exactly what you would expect from a company like Ubisoft. These slime bags are the sort who use every monetization scheme they can legally get by with to sock gamers for every penny, all while producing extremely buggy games which there's no excuse for, considering this is a company with 18,000 employees. But anyhow, this Ubisoft employee then responded. They said, "We'll add some clarification. Instead of bonuses, game devs have annual bonuses, launch bonuses, and a % from sales each quarter. The amount usually adds up to half a dev's yearly salary. Devs were offered stock shares at better prices, and that's, by the way, a felony considering it's an open traded company. Most, if not all, took it. Most bought additional shares with their life savings or taking loans." And then I just gotta pause real quick and say that sounds like insider trading. Allowing employees to purchase stock shares with personal money sounds like a big no-no to me. But anyhow, carrying on, they were holding it the past few years as the stock plummeted, waiting to improve. In best case scenario, they have their investment halved, which is the current state of things. Actually, it's a little worse than that, but I digress. At worst, Ubisoft goes into bankruptcy, their shares drop to pennies, while Ubisoft is lawyering up to keep their devs safe from harassment. They are screwing them big time, to a point where the lawyers are actually prepared to keep the company safe from a lawsuit. So yeah, I'm sure a lot of you remember that a couple weeks ago we learned that Ubisoft was supposedly gathering up lawyers and claiming they were preparing to sue content creators or anyone who supposedly harassed their employees. But this person is now claiming that in actuality, these lawyers are preparing for war against those employees for when the inevitable lawsuit comes. This reminds me an awful lot of how HR departments work. They masquerade as being a resource for employees, but really, they are a bunch of corporate mouthpieces whose sole job is to protect the corporate entity. So yeah, this seems likely to me. These lawyers are likely preparing for an impending lawsuit, and you have to think that it's coming. This situation is really effed for Ubisoft workers. A lot of these guys sign contracts agreeing to weaker annual salaries, but with stronger bonus structures because they believe in themselves. That's what the really good devs do anyhow, and if this bonus compensation was largely paid out in stock, then that means the employees are getting shit on in a very public way. How do you think that will affect Ubisoft's ability to attract talented new employees? If you were a talented developer, would you want to go to work for this company now? And if Ubisoft has now gained a reputation as a company to avoid working for, then how do you think that will affect the stock value in the long run? It's all cumulative. The swirl down the drain becomes exponential. This is a story we will have to keep a close eye on. I sincerely hope the employees do sue, and I hope they win. The Guillemot family should not get by with their piss-poor management of a company like this. But I'm going to leave it there. What do you make of this whole scenario? Drop your thoughts into the comment section below, and we will talk there. Thanks for watching me, Hearties. If you haven't already, your Admiral is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty of booty.